during this this thing that we have an objective. This objective is to reflect, to have people reflect on what corporate governance, accountability, organization, and practices should be in this context of uncertainty and change. So what we want to see is what the corporate governance should be, what practices and structure and accountability of the corporate governance should be changed, should be maintained, or should be set aside in this context. So we think that the delivery should be a document with all the insights we get, and these insights should be shared with all IAQ members, all the participants. I'm going to tell you now how are we doing this, and without some other organizations, for example, the Institute for IFC, the Institute for Finance Corporation. So mainly we want to see, should corporate governance in this context remain as we know it now? What should we change? How can we, from the quality viewpoint, think about proposed changes, mainly due to what we see in what the corporate governance should, how they should help companies. How are we thinking to do this? In fact, we planned at the beginning of the year an on-site workshop. It was going to take place in April, and as it was a pilot workshop, we planned it with 15 board members from local and international companies located in Buenos Aires, mid-size and big and large companies. In fact, because of the pandemic, we need to reprogram it, so we rescheduled, and we finally made it on June, but it was virtual. To make it virtual, we used Zoom as an application to see each other and to talk to each other, and to see the ideas, the insights, as if we were using flip charts. We use another application that is Mural. So we invited 15 board members, again from mid-sized, large companies, local, international. We have 3 facilitators, and we divided these board members in 3 groups. And we used the methodology called World Café. So each group had 15 minutes reflecting, discussing with a question, a trigger that we gave them. Then we rotate them in these virtual room, Zoom rooms, and they discussed another trigger. And we rotate them again. So we have the 3 groups discussed 3 different issues, 3 different questions, facilitated by one of us, and then have a final conclusion with all of us. I'm going to show you what we got out of it in a couple of minutes. What's next? On Tuesday, next Tuesday, we are going to have another workshop. This is not going to be a pilot. We have 27 board members already confirmed. We are going to divide them in 5 groups. We are going to have 5 facilitators. Each group will have a technical support team to use Mural and Zoom. We found people that can use them, so we need to have this help. And each of these 5 groups are going to discuss during 20 minutes 5 different triggers, meaning 5 different questions. Well, we are then, the next step, we are planning to have a 3rd workshop with US board members, US companies board members. We plan to do this on site in Anaheim in May 2021. And we were planning it during the IAQ general meeting. We also plan a fourth workshop. This will take place with European companies board members, and another workshop with Asian companies board members. We already have contact with Mr. Fan King from the Chinese Association for Quality, and we are trying to find a way just to see if we can collaborate with each other to organize these fifth workshops. For all of them, we're still looking for some co-hosts. I'm going to show you now how we've done it in Buenos Aires. For example, what kind of questions, what kind of triggers we gave the groups? For example, within this transformation context we are facing, what kind of assumptions related to the structure, practices, and functions of a board should be continued to put in practice, should be changed, or should be left aside? We are trying to see what these board members are thinking about that. We also discussed having a workshop with CEOs, trying to see what the CEOs think the corporate government should be doing or leaving. But we haven't yet get to a consensus about that. Well, for these workshops, we gave the participants some information in advance, what we call warm-up information. And for this, we have a very kind and very useful information from three academicians. We got a video from Blanton Godfrey, speaking and telling us about his experience with virtual meetings for boards. We have a very nice presentation from Gregory Watson about the challenges the government should be putting on their organizations. And we have a video from Javier Negri about the ethical issues that the corporate governance should be facing in the future. We have some help just to see and to invite people, invite these board members. We have help from the Swiss-Argentina Chamber of Commerce. We have help from our Institute for Corporate Governance. We have help from a foundation called FLOR. It's a foundation that encourages the participation of women in executive levels and in boards. And we have the help from our Quality and Excellence Foundation. And as we need to have these technical groups, we also have support from two companies. One is Oldeval. It's a local company in the gas and oil sector. And we have also from this Swiss company, Nestlé, we have support from them also. What kind of result we shall say we are getting from this workshop? From the first one, we have 15 board members, as I told you, from mid-size and large corporations, local and international. We have 3 groups, one facilitated by the academician Marco Bertin, and the other one from with Hugo Strachan and Javier Negri, so they facilitate these groups. We have 45 minutes for each group, so we have 3 topics discussed. We have 88 insights and suggestions coming out from this workshop. We have 81 very satisfied assessment evaluation from the participants. In fact, we think we have an error there from one of them, so it should have been 94% of very satisfied. And we use, as I told you, 2 applications, Zoom and Mural, to let all them discuss, see each other, and on the other hand, have all these insights posted as if we were having flip charts. This is what we've done. Facing the future, we have some challenges and room for improvement. First, we need to find some co-hosts for these other workshops we are planning. for the US, European, and Asian board members, companies board members. So we still need to have this help. Second, this is something we need to improve. At the beginning of the year, we found out ourselves, we thought we should mobilize the think tank. We should be more proactive. We have more results. So as the 4 Argentinian IIQ members, academicians, we are very close and we work together. We began to make plans and to make things happen. Now our room for improvement is to find a way to involve all the think tank members. We lost them. So besides Gregory Watson and Blanton Godfrey and the help we get from Liz, we need to understand how to involve more IIQ members in the think tank job. We have another room for improvement and we need to speed up. In fact, we have the pandemic that slowed us down, but we need to speed up. We need to learn how to get all these insights faster. And on the other hand, we need to find a ways, we are not sure about this, to make all the insights visible. Not only for the IIQ academicians or the IIQ members, but we need to make all these insights visible for everyone, for more organizations, for external organizations, quality organizations, corporate governance organizations. So we are proud of what we are doing, but we still have a lot of things to improve and to get advantage from. Liz, this is a brief summary. I thank you all for listening to this. And I don't know if you have any questions, suggestions, or comments I can hear.
So if you have any questions or comments, feel free to just speak up or to indicate that you would like to make a comment and I will call on you. And you can do that by using your I think there's a way you can raise your hand. I can't think of what it is at the moment. But otherwise, just if you have a comment or a suggestion, just unmute yourself and make your comment or ask your question. So anybody? Lars, go ahead.
Hear me now?
Yes, we can.
Yeah, it was just you that couldn't hear me before because I was working a lot with my microphone when you said you couldn't hear me. Anyhow, I think it's a great work. And one of the things I think is important that you also mentioned, Raul, and that is how to communicate those findings. And I think we have to think more about how we can use the homepage to communicate results. From the quality sustainability think tank, we made a separate homepage for the award, but I think in the future it's very important that we reconstruct a common homepage that we could publish different results and make it very attractive to people to visit. It will take some time, but I think we have to think over how to have a much more interactive communication that way, because today I think the best and maybe the only way to really reach out to be very active on the internet. That was my comment.
Yeah, thank you, Lars. I agree with that. Thank you.